got home from the dentist to some unwelcome sight. So I'm making like a dairy-free version of like Japanese milk bread, and before I left for the dentist, I'd put the dough into like a warm oven to proof, and it looks better now, but it's definitely overproofed. So I'm hoping that I can still work with the dough and it's not too, hasn't lost its structure too much. But I haven't been having a lot of good luck lately with my dough. Anyway, we can sort of talk through my dentist appointment while I try to fix this mess. So I think in my last vlog, I talked about the fact that I'm considering getting Invisalign just to address some aesthetic issues that I have with my teeth. My dentists, like, I always get compliments about like my teeth and how nice they are, but I still feel like I could benefit from some like straightening and closing certain gaps and fixing the overbite that I have. So today was really just a consultation to do like the scan of my teeth, get a picture of my bite and everything, which they will send off to the Invisalign company, who will then do like create the trays and whatnot. So I'm still like thinking about whether this is something I want to do. They gave me like the cost breakdown, and it is expensive, but I feel like it's something that I can budget for. The good thing is you can put it like on a payment plan. So I think it's something that if I budget for it, I can definitely afford. So I'm gonna think about it for like the next little bit. I'm not gonna like rush into a decision or anything, but I just wanted to do that, get that consultation done, and just get a sense of what the cost would be like and see if it's like financially feasible for me. So yeah, so that was kind of nice and exciting. I'm just going to sort of focus on seeing if I can salvage this dough. I don't think it's completely toast. I might just shorten like the second proof that happens in the pan. Sometimes I'm like, oh, my condo is too hot, and so I need to, sometimes I feel like my condo is not like warm enough, and so I just need to help my dough along by putting it in a warm oven. But I feel like not like warm oven, but like just put it in an oven with the light on. But I feel like that just kind of gets a bit too warm in there for the dough, and it just gets overly excited. But I still think it will likely turn out just fine. And honestly, I'm excited to eat this bread. I haven't had it since like maybe the summer, probably even like the spring actually. So looking forward to it. Okay, while my dough is doing its second and final proof, I'm going to make myself some blueberry chia jam, because I have this idea in my head of making tofu yogurt, like yogurt out of silken tofu, because if you don't know, I recently found out that I'm lactose intolerant, and I think one of the things that really set my stomach off is dairy, like yogurt. I just know that if I have yogurt, I won't feel super well. So I'm trying to like find high protein alternatives to yogurt that also sort of offer the same like consistency and look as yogurt. So my idea is to make tofu silken yogurt and like top it with some blackberry chia seed jam. Sounds good in my head. We'll see how that goes. So I'm just going to grab myself a saucepan. I don't have a recipe for this, but making jam is pretty easy and straightforward. You just need your fruit, you need something to bind it all together, you need sugar, you need some water. So what I'm gonna do is just dump in some frozen blues in here. Oh, they're different sizes. It's weird they're different sizes because it's the same type. Anyway, it's the No Name brand. You can't expect consistency. I'm gonna do a bit more here. I don't know. I'll say this is like a cup and a half. A cup and a half of blueberries. So I'm going to do some chia seeds. I'm gonna do quite a bit. I don't know. That seems fine to me. And I'm going to juice. I don't have a lemon. I think a lemon would be preferable. But I do not have lemons right now. So I'm going to juice a lime. I don't think it really matters. You just need some form of some citrus in there. And then I'm going to do some sweetener. So I want to try and keep this, reduce the amount of sugar in here as much as possible. So I'm going to use some agave, but I'm also going to use some of my brown sugar Splenda blend, which is a mix of regular brown sugar and brown Splenda. I don't know. So it will still add some sweetness. I don't like 100% sugar alternatives just because I don't like the way they taste. But I don't want to overdo it with the sugar either. So I'm just gonna do, I don't know, just like a couple tablespoons of this. I think that's good. Usually you want quite a bit of sugar with any kind of jam, but I'm gonna add just some water in here. I'm gonna add a bit too much. And I'm just gonna mix this all around a little bit. Stick it on the stove and just kind of let it cook. So I'm just gonna let that like reduce and cook over medium heat until it gets to a jammy consistency. Okay, so this is what the tofu yogurt looks like. This was super easy. The recipe just calls for 12 ounces or about a package of silken tofu, some lemon juice, I used lime juice instead, a little bit of vanilla extract, a little bit of sweetener, and then if you want, a tablespoon of vanilla protein powder. I added vanilla protein powder because I do have this at home. And again, just to up the protein content a little, and it doesn't taste bad. Not mad about it. Okay, so for my lazy girl dinner, I'm throwing it back to childhood with this absolute banger of a mix. One of the reasons that I made this bread is because I was craving this entire setup. So if you know, you know, but this is essentially just sardines smushed up in some butter. It doesn't sound good, but don't knock it till you try it. And this is the brand of sardines that I use is the kind I've always used since like I was a child and growing up, and it just tastes good. Okay, so yeah, if you know, you know, don't knock it until you try it. It doesn't look good, but it's gonna hit the spot for me tonight. I don't think I'm gonna eat everything, just a little bit to fill me up. 2 thumbs up. that look so pretty? I can't wait to have this for breakfast later today at the office. It's gonna be so good. Okay, good morning. We are getting ready to go into the office today. And I just wanted to take y'all along as I do my skincare, because I picked up a couple new skincare things that that's making me like excited to like do skincare again, which might be like a very weird thing to say, but it's true. So it's nothing like crazy, but I just wanted to walk through my skincare routine that I've been doing lately that I've been feeling really good about, you know? So I've really been leaning into using my hypochlorous acid spray more than just like a spray that I use before I go to the gym, because I typically spray it on. I don't believe in doing skincare, like a full skincare routine before you go to the gym. You're just gonna kind of like sweat it off anyway. I don't see the point of that, but I do like using the spray. But I've also been like incorporating it lately. It's like the first step of my skincare routine. So I just spray it all over my face, and it's so important to like let it fully dry down before you do anything else. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I don't know, I spoke like that, but in the meantime I will just brush up my brows. In terms of makeup, I think I'm gonna like do a minimal makeup look, kind of like what I've been doing lately, because I am planning on doing like a treadmill run over lunch, and it just makes my life so much easier if I'm not sweating off a bunch of makeup. So I think I might skip foundation and instead just do like concealer and all the other things. No foundation, or very little foundation. Okay, so what I've really been I got influenced, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. But I recently picked up the glazing milk from Rhode. I've heard so many good things about this, and I'm very minimal with like my skincare routine. I don't particularly feel the need to try a bunch of different products all the time, but it was just feeling like I needed something new in my lineup. So I decided to pick up this glazing milk, and honestly so far I've been loving it. I feel like it has really been providing my skin like a very good amount of hydration, which I live in Calgary, Alberta. We are getting into winter season, the point at which my skin suffers the most. So I think it's timely to include this product in my lineup. But I only got like the little size, and this was like $30, you guys, because I wanted to test it out. I wasn't sure how my skin would take to it, and I just didn't want to spend a bunch of money on something that my skin may not like, or that I find that isn't really making that much of a difference. But I've only been using it for a few days now, and I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just all in my head, but I do feel like my skin's looking good, you know? So that's like the one new product. And then as usual, I'm still using like my 100% plant-derived squalane. This is great for like surface hydration. Like I said, my skin, while it's like combination gets oily through the day, it also does get really dry. So I'm just gonna apply that all over. And then the other skincare product that I'm really excited for is the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. I used to use this like not consistently. I used to use this a lot like a couple years ago, but I stopped using it just because it's like $50-something for this little thing. It's very pricey in my opinion. It's just $50 or so for 50 milliliter. I could splurge on the 100 milliliter and pay $90-something, but I don't know, there's just something about spending that much money on one single skincare item that I'm just like, oof. The frugal part of me is like, girl, are you sure you want to do that? But like, it would be money well spent because this moisturizer, my skin loves it, like really, really loves it. So honestly, I just might. But yeah, those are like the two products that have got me excited about my skincare routine again, which is like crazy to say, but I think sometimes switching up the way we do things, switching up the products we use can help us feel a bit more excited about mundane things like doing skincare. And once in a while, it's fine to lean into that and indulge and just, you know, spend money on yourself without feeling the need to justify it, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and do my makeup so that without chit-chatting. Oh, I also picked up the Rhode Pocket Blush. I can't believe how small this thing is. I'm low-key annoyed by how small it is, but I picked it up in Sunsoak. It's this like orangey color. I have a hard time getting it off, but when I'm doing my makeup, I'll show you. I actually don't mind the color payoff. I think it's really good. So that's also another new beauty item that I picked up that I've been loving wearing. I'm leaning into blush a lot more. I've actually been leaning into blush for like the last few years, but I feel like as a black woman, I grew up thinking that black women couldn't really wear blush or couldn't pull off certain colors of blush, and that's not true. I think that's like the fun thing about being a black woman, darker skinned woman, is the blushes just look so much more vibrant and colorful and happy, and so it's nice to be able to play with color in that way. So okay, so makeup is done. The blush is very subtle. It doesn't show up, doesn't pop that much over camera, but I think it looks very nice in person and I quite like it. So yeah, this is the makeup. Thoughts. I'm getting ready for work right now, but I had to pause for a second to just show you guys this blush that I've got going on here. It's this like purpley sort of iridescent blush, and it's my first time using it. It's from Sephora. It's the Trust Yourself number 51 blush. This is what it looks like. I am so glad that I picked it up. I don't think the camera is doing justice to just how pretty it looks in real life. It's so pretty. I'm excited to be branching out to new blush colors, and this just makes me so happy to put on makeup again. Yeah, I don't have much to say. I just wanted to come and share what my blush situation is looking like. It just makes me excited and happy. So I'm going to Mexico next week, and obviously I had to get my nails and toes done in preparation, and I'm so excited about these nails because I've never done nail art like this. Obviously I've done like French tips before. So this is what the nails look like. I just have these like little stars on my pointer and like my middle finger, and then I just did like a classic colored French tip on the other fingers, and I just think it looks stunning, and I'm so stoked about this. I would show you my pedicure, but I'm not going to give away foot pics for free. No, but I just didn't do any color. It's just like the natural base color that you use for the French. I did the same thing for my toes. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. This weekend I'm going to be just essentially preparing for the trip because I leave on Wednesday, but I have to work Monday and Tuesday. So I'm just going to spend most of this weekend just kind of packing, slowly getting some last minute things and just getting into the vacation mode / mindset. I'm so excited to go back to Mexico. The last time I went was in 2023 and I haven't been back since then. So I think it's gonna be really good, and it's like perfect timing because it's getting kind of chilly and cold out, and we're definitely in winter now. It's darker sooner and it takes longer for a light to come out. Today was entirely cloudy, there was no sun. So personally, I'm looking forward to nice hot weather. My dryer is going on in the background, so apologies, but I've recently picked up a few things that I wanted to show y'all. I try not to do too many hauls, not like I'm like always hauling stuff, but I'm really trying to like step back from showing much of like what I buy, because I don't want to unnecessarily influence people to shop when they don't need to. I don't know, I'm just like in an interesting space of mind when it comes to like sharing hauls, so I'm really limiting how much I show. But there's some stuff that I recently picked up that I'm really excited about, so I want to show them. I feel like e.l.f. is having a resurgence, and I'm kind of like here for it, because although they have become significantly more expensive compared to when I was first introduced to them, which was like at least a decade ago at this point, when it was more affordable. It was like literally a few dollars per product, but now it's obviously way more, but still on the scale of, in comparison to other makeup brands, it's way more affordable. But I picked up 3 things. The first thing is this Glow Reviver Melting Lip Balm. I think it's supposed to be like a dupe for the Summer Fridays lip balm and like the Rhode lip balm, peptide lip balms that are quite popular. I've never tried the Rhode one, but I've tried the Summer Fridays one, and I really do like the Summer Fridays one. So I'm curious to see what this is, how I'm gonna feel about this. I picked up the Vanilla Toffee shade, and I'm gonna try it on right now. So this is, so it's got some color. I'm gonna apply it, and honestly, yeah, I like the more natural lip balm like color on my lips, so I think this looks good. It smells really good too. It has like a slight sweet vanilla smell to it, so that's very nice. And then the next thing that I picked up is this brow laminating gel. This is what it looks like. I'm not gonna try this on today. I just got my brows waxed, so I feel like they just need a moment to, the skin around my brows just need a moment to rest. But I know people are not very fans of like the soap brows, like the laminated brow look. I like them, and I feel like as someone that has quite thick brows, I'm into them. I'm into like the sort of straight up set in place brow look. So I will be trying this out sometime this week. And then the final product that I got from e.l.f. is this Soft Glam Satin Foundation. It's a medium buildable coverage. This is what it looks like. I picked it up in the shade Tan Warm. I've sort of already like done like a patch test of this, and I feel like I did a pretty good color match considering it was a blind online buy. So this is what it looks like. I felt like I was missing like bracelets in my collection, so I picked up a few items from Pavois, I think that's how you pronounce it. So what did I pick up? I picked up 2 bracelets and a ring. This is one of the bracelets. It's like yellow gold. I hope this fits me. Ooh. So this is the tennis bracelet. I think this comes in a 7.5, it's like 7.5 inches. And then, oh, this one is interesting. I didn't realize this was gonna be like a class. So the next thing that I picked up is a bit different. So it's another like yellow gold, but it's got stones just around the front perimeter, and then the back is just sort of plain. Now, how do I put this on? So this is what that one looks like, and I really just wanted bangles that can be like everyday wear. So this one's really nice. I mostly expected this one to be nicer. It feels like nice, light, and it feels lightweight, but yeah. And then the final thing that I picked up is a ring. I'm really excited for this ring. If you know me, you know I love my rings. So this is the ring that I picked up. It's just like another yellow gold, but it's got stones all around. It's kind of like all around it. So where do I want to wear this? So I picked it up in a size 6, so maybe I'll wear it like on my ring finger or something. So this is what it looks like. So that's it. That's my little haul. Just wanted to share some things that I'm really excited about. I'm really excited about these bracelets. I feel like bracelets are like the next thing that I really want to focus on in my jewelry collection. I don't have a ton of them, but I do like bracelets, and I feel like they really truly can easily elevate your outfit. Bag is all packed up nicely. Got all my stuff in here, all the essentials. I still need to finish packing up my backpack, but I have some plain snacks because we chose the cheapest of the cheapest flights, so I don't think we get snacks on the plane, even though it's an overnighter. But yeah, got my backpack ready to go. And I am also mostly dressed and ready to go. I'm just waiting for the rest of my family to get here, and then we'll be heading out to the airport in a little bit. Because I'm getting ready to go out for our activity, which is like a boat cruise party sort of deal, and I'm just loving the way my makeup is looking. I think it's because of a couple products that I've used. So as like my base, I didn't use foundation, but I did use this e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation that I recently picked up, and guys, it is so good. It's buildable, but I feel like it's still, I didn't use a lot. I used like just a little bit on my forehead, on both sides of my face, and then I just kind of spread it around with my brush, and I feel like the coverage is so good. I mean, I generally have pretty good skin, but it just looks like I have like light foundation on, and I'm like, yeah. So this is a 10 out of 10 so far. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. Obviously I'll set my under eye and the rest of my face with powder and everything, and then I'm just also loving the blush that I'm using. This is the Rhode Pocket blush, and it just is such a pretty ginger-y color, sort of orangey. I think it works really well with my complexion, and it just looks so good. Like, I just like the way my makeup is looking, and I'm not even done yet. I'm like so pleased. Like, hello.